All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping, because that's not part of the test. That's asbestos. Good news is the lab boys say the symptoms of asbestos poisoning show a median latency of 44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you miss out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face.
That reminds me, I had a professor for a class. I think the class was just called The Environment. And, I don't remember a whole lot of what that guy said in class because I did not go to it as often as I probably should have and did not pay a whole shitload of attention. But I remember him going on this weird tirade about how people, like, overreact about asbestos being used in public buildings and, like, there being a lot of it in the materials and everything. And he was like, you need to be exposed to a lot of asbestos for it to give you cancer. And, you know, it's only trace amounts in the buildings. And I don't know. I never really looked farther into it, and I am not a chemical expert or anything, but I just feel like any amount of asbestos is worth worrying about. He's one of the first environmental educators that seems to be, like, against government intervention for the environment. Not staunchly, but in a lot of cases, it seems. I don't know. Like, I'm really not in the position to be, like, questioning what he said because I have no idea myself, honestly. But it was just in my mind. So anyway, yeah, get ready for a lot of this, because as I mentioned in the last video, this is the section of me way overthinking these rooms and having no idea what I'm doing. And this is why I haven't talked about this yet, I don't think, but I have decided in the last few days that I am going to make a concerted effort to play more video games. Which sounds really stupid to come from someone who... I mean, at least half of my videos are video game related at this point, right? And I mean, over half of them for sure involve me playing video games, and then even more videos still after that are, you know, have some video game related elements or talk in them. I mean, I guess you could even count the Sammy videos in that, since most of them are him bitching about Sonic games and us making fun of Sonic games and fans and him. Those videos are gone, by the way. I don't know if anybody noticed. I know that someone probably has a backup of them somewhere in the world, and I guess they can be contacted if you want to see the content that I don't want on the internet. And yeah, I wanted to show this off. I had never done this little trick in the LP at all, so I thought, why not give the people what they want? That's the kind of shit that I would do all the time. It's probably why it took me a long time to beat this game the first couple times, because of how much I like to fuck around in it. If a game is easy to get lost in and fun to fuck around in, I will spend many moments, many moons, just wandering around doing shit. But anyway, yeah, I've determined that I need to play more video games so I can get out of this rut where I have no, like, problem-solving abilities, or, like, I just suck at video games now. Like, that was, I cut out, like, 2 minutes of me just looking at the walls and not noticing the button. And I feel like it's those kind of rudimentary things about playing games, you know, being able to fucking use your eyes, that I miss out on a lot.
Don't make eye contact.
So I ordered a couple of games and they have come in the mail. And I've been replaying through both of the Mario Galaxy games. I've been alternating between the two because I like Galaxy 2 more because they... well, I like playing Galaxy 2 more because I think the levels... Like, they do a better job of keeping you oriented on all of the spheroids that you walk on every angle of, every side of. In contrast to in Galaxy 1, how there's a lot of, like, I'll be holding the control stick just straight going on a sphere, and Mario will, like, freak the fuck out and not just go straight. And there isn't nearly as much of that in Galaxy 2 as there was in 1. And I hadn't played either of those games in a few years, and Galaxy 2 was infinitely easier to pick up than 1. It took me a lot longer to get used to how the controls and movement felt in 1 than in 2. So I've been playing through that. Those games are fun. Those are good. If I had a capture card that could capture the Wii, which apparently there aren't that many good capture cards optimized for non-modern consoles out there anymore. Which, that's a whole nother subject. Maybe I'll get into that later. But if I ever get a capture card that can record the Wii, I would like to do the Galaxy games, as well as all the GameCube games that I cannot play right now because I lost my GameCube memory card and I have to buy a new one of those. And the trillions of PS2 games that I own that I would definitely want to Let's Play. So yeah, baby steps. I just put portals on shit, and then eventually I figure it out. And I just like to check every nook and cranny just to make sure that everything is up to snuff and I'm doing the right thing. That's the thing. Other game that I bought that I have never played before, that I just got done playing a little bit today, was Jak and Daxter for the PS2. Which I've known about for a long time, and I've been told that it would be right up my alley. But I never played it before, but it was like $1 on Amazon, so I decided to do it. And it's pretty fun. I haven't gotten very far in it yet because I've been doing a lot of fairly aimless exploring, but I feel like the game kind of leaves itself open for that. I just have to keep reminding myself that I'm not gonna be like every game isn't gonna be like fucking Battle for Bikini Bottom where I've played it 400 times and I know the precise thing to do at every moment. And so not to feel bad about, like, trial and error and trying different things and shit like that, and just not knowing exactly what the next thing to do is, but trying to guess. I'm trying to not just resort to looking at walkthroughs every time that I'm stumped for more than, like, 2 minutes. I just hate wasting time. And yeah, I remember thinking this was like so whimsical when I first played this game, but now I think it's just fucking annoying having this ball bounce around. It certainly didn't help that I sprayed a bunch of blue shit everywhere, making it bounce and stay blue. But it is a fun little puzzle. But yeah, I've been liking Jak and Daxter, and then the other one that I have not gotten to play yet because it hasn't come in the mail yet, but it is coming, is A Link Between Worlds for the 3DS, which I'm planning on playing through at my parents' house while I'm there for my Thanksgiving break this week, which, God willing, is when I will be putting this video up.
Front door, parking lot, car, goodbye. Congratulations! The simple fact that you're standing here listening to me means you've made a glorious contribution to science. As founder and CEO of Aperture Science, I thank you for your participation and hope we can count on you for another round of tests. We're not going to release this stuff into the wild until it's good and damn ready, so as long as you keep yourself in top physical form, there will always be a limo waiting for you. Say goodbye, Carolyn.
Goodbye, Carolyn.
She is a gem.
I can never feel anything but sadness when I hear Carolyn's voice. And for those of you that don't know why, you will know by the end of the game. Which is not too far away. As I've said before, this game isn't super long. I'm hoping to have it done in like 10 parts or so. That's the goal anyway. If I keep taking 40 hours to do every room, then that's not how it's gonna be. So now you're a little bit even more on your own than before, as Cave Johnson is, that's not the last we've heard of him, but he won't be explaining anything, he'll just be talking to himself. Not that he gave any, like, super specific instructions on how to beat anything in this part of the game before, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that thing about the capture card and how there seems to be no, like, easily available capture cards made for, like, that are really good for doing, like, PS2 and GameCube and Wii era recording. It makes me feel sad, especially alongside, like, Nintendo taking their ROMs off of ROM sites, and ROM sites just generally being shuttered. As of late, because it reminds me that, like to me, I've just been doing this YouTube shit forever, and it's just been a constant thing in the background of my life that I think about and try to do whenever I have time and am in the mood. And, I mean, I've been making videos for 8 years now, and I mean, I've been constantly plagued with the same problems all the time, and so, you know, I've been thinking about, like, oh, what's a good capture card I can get, and I've had capture cards at times that have worked and then not worked, and so it's just been, like, to me, nothing is ever changing, and this is just a thing that I've been trying to do well for way too long, like make LPs and other kinds of videos. And shit like that just reminds me that time is indeed marching forward without me, regardless of what I manage to accomplish. And so, yeah, it makes me think about how all the things in my life are not permanent. And I don't mean that in, like, a mortality way, I just mean it in a dumb, like, I always figured for some reason that, like, if I needed something to record, this was a lovely decision on my part. If I needed something to record, a PS2 or Wii or GameCube, like, I would always be able to, or not being able to run old games anymore on your computer and shit like that, which is just, like, straightforward technological progress and the world being the way it is and time moving linearly. But it just makes me sad, because it makes me feel like nothing is happening in my life as, like, the entire world is changing forever, and I won't just be able to retreat into my house and ignore everything that's going on. And that just makes me, paranoid and upset.
You can also feel free to relax for up to 20 minutes in the waiting room.
Luckily, as soon as my dumbass figures out that you need to put the portal there and not somewhere else, we are going to be talking to an old friend.
Oh, hi. Say, you're good at murder. Could you, murder this bird for me? Oh, thanks. Did you feel that? That idiot doesn't know what he's doing up there. This whole place is going to explode in a few hours if somebody doesn't disconnect him. I can't move, and unless you're planning to saw your own head off and wedge it into my old body, you're going to need me to replace him. We're at an impasse. So what do you say? You carry me up to him and put me back into my body, and I stop us from blowing up and let you go. No tricks. This potato only generates 1.1 volts of electricity. I literally do not have the energy to lie to you. Even if I am lying, what do you have to lose? You're going to die either way. Look, I don't like this any more than you do. In fact, I like it less because I'm the one who got partially eaten by a bird. I think I... Well, you stabbed me. What is wrong with you? Hold on. Do you have a multimeter? Never mind. The gun must be part magnesium. It feels like I'm outputting an extra half a volt. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to do some scheming. Here I go. Whoa, where are we? How long have I been out? That extra half volt helps, but it isn't going to power miracles. If I think too hard, I'm going to fry this potato before we get a chance to burn up in the atomic fireball that little idiot is going to...
I love how mechanical and bare bones everything in this part of the game is. All of the really stripped down elevators and how you're just on shitty scaffolding and grating.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Boy, did I just... Who is that? What the hell is going on here?
Now this is one of the least proud moments of my gaming career. Because I confess that I spent about 10 minutes absolutely fucking stumped on this very simple puzzle. And I'm not even gonna go into what my thought process was or what finally made me realize that I was being stupid. But I'm just gonna let it carry on, and you're going to see the very simple solution to getting across to that. And you're gonna be like, wow, Timbo is a real fucking bonehead. And you are correct. But yeah, it's nice to have GLaDOS back. You know, I always give her shit for her verbal abuse and everything, but at this point in the game, her character has begun to develop, and you start to foster something of a partnership / friendship. And so that makes the dynamic at least different than before, which I like GLaDOS in this second half of the game more than at the first. At the beginning, she's just petty and being, like, overly shitty to you. But here she is just vulnerable, and you're vulnerable, and you need each other to get out, and so I think that creates an interesting character dynamic other than just, I hate you for killing me. Yeah, I almost figured it out here, and then I just sat there with my thumb in my balls. That's not the expression, it's thumb in my ass, but... yeah, there you go. Go back, and then do that, and then do it. And then there you go, you got yourself the fast juice on the floor in there. That's all you fucking needed to do, Timbo. All you needed to do was catch the damn train, CJ. Or follow the damn train, CJ. I'm sorry to misquote the Great Big Smoke. Speaking of San Andreas, if anyone is wondering why there has not been any San Andreas videos in months, it is because I have not been around to record the gameplay for Grand Theft Auto, and Walter has not been around to record the commentary. And currently, the main thing that we are trying to schedule recording time for... well, the main thing that we're trying to schedule time for in general is to play a game together, because we haven't... while we've been talking about video games in videos together for a little bit, we haven't played a game together in a little while. So we're thinking of taking some time aside to play like Toontown or yeah, because I found out that there's like a fan reissue of Toontown, and I want to make Walter play it because I think it'll be funny, and he can get banned for calling someone a cunt or something. RuneScape is the other one because Walter likes RuneScape, and I haven't been into it in years, but I'm willing to be a big fucking nerd. Minecraft, making an MTA server so that we can fuck around like we did with Samp back in Nam. All that jazz. That's what we're mainly focusing on. That and the next Let's Watch. We do have a Let's Watch that we want to have in the bag that I want to put out soon, but we gotta get everybody together and figure out all of the logistics, and that can be a process. So that's why you've just been getting movie reviews and Portal for the last little bit, is for that reason. And it sucks. I would really like to have some more variety and do some more cool things on this channel. I'm not sure if it would like affect viewership very much, and I don't really care. I just want to be able to say that like the things I make on the internet are something that I would watch and that like I think people should watch and would like. And I don't necessarily not feel that way about my videos now, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not standing next to my LPs and everything right now and being like, this was a really good run. It's just the Tim talking show with some video game footage. I really like to shit on my own videos as they're happening. It means I'm down to earth. I'm gonna go with that. Anyway, as soon as I blast off here, it'll be the end of the video. I hope you all have a lovely Thanksgiving. Enjoy the dog show after the parade. And I love you. I'll see you soon for more Portal and more movies and more other shit. Hopefully more San Andreas soon. And oh yeah, I like the updated Aperture logo during the loading things here. I think it looks nice. Alright,